Hello boys and girls, it's Teacher Paul here, and today we are going to be taking a look at this Lego project. Can you guess what is it? That's right, it's a crane. A crane can be used to lift up heavy things very high. Our crane uses a worm gear, which you can see here, to lift and lower the crane arm. It also uses a belt pulley, which you can see here, that can lift and lower the hook. The hook is used to pick things up. So here I have something really heavy I need to lift up, so I can drop it down here under the crane. I'm going to lower my crane down and just pull it back, and now I've got it on the hook and I can lift it up like this. Then our crane is able to lift up and turn around and drop it over here. Awesome. Do you guys want to see how to make it? Okay, let's go. But first of all, I'm going to have to break it apart. Da da da, pa! Whoa, awesome. So I've got my crane broken up into all its pieces now. There are so many pieces to this project. 30 different pieces. Let's look at some of the important ones. I think the most important part we have today is this. This is our worm gear. The worm gear is able to turn other gears very slowly, but it is super strong. So the worm gear lives inside our worm gear housing like this. We can put an axle through it here. Now on top we are going to put a red gear. The worm gear can turn the red gear, but it's very slow and strong. So we're going to use that today. The other part we're going to use is a belt. A belt is like a rubber band. Ooh, you can stretch it and it will go back to its normal size. A rubber band is going to be used to raise and lower the hook of our crane. Okay, let's get started building it. First of all, we're going to use our base. And at the bottom of our base, right in the center, I'm going to put two 2x4 bricks. 1, 2. On top of those, I'm going to place 2 plates. But I'm going to be careful to not place them the same way as the bricks. We want them to go across that line to make the base nice and strong. When we have that done, now we can add 2 more 2x4 bricks. I have a yellow one and a red one. They're going to go in the center here, again going across that joint on the plates, like so. Once I've done that, it's time for our worm gear housing. So our worm gear housing goes on top, and inside we're going to put the worm gear. Now, the worm gear might fall out when you put it in. Just take it slow and steady and try and hold it in place while you put in the gray axle. So with my gray axle in now, it is very strong. I'm going to push it through, and I'm going to add a handle on the back so I'm able to turn the worm gear like this. Now remember, on top of the worm gear housing, we're going to put our red gear, and we're going to place a gray axle through that and out through the other side, placing a yellow wheel on the end just like that. So once we have that, then it's time to build the arm of our crane, which can lift and lower. I'm going to take a long beam, this is the longest beam in our box, and I'm going to hold it on this gray axle in hole number 1. Then use another handle to hold it in place. So we want this handle to go on and through the beam like that, so that when I turn the worm gear, the arm of the crane will lift and lower. Perfect. Once we have that done, now it's just a case of adding our belt pulley mechanism. I'm going to take a blue axle. I'm going to place it in hole number 5 on the long beam. And on the other side of that, I'm going to place 2 wheels. 1, 2. And you can see I've made the wheels so there's a nice gap here in the middle. Then I'll take another blue axle. And now I'm going to take my wheel with the string and the hook attached and place that there. And put another wheel on the other side like this. Okay. Right now though, we have not added our belt. To put on our belt, we need to bring it through the string all the way up and onto the pulley wheels. And then we're going to stretch it around. So my string is going to go all the way around from here to here. And then let's add a handle on this blue axle here. And now when I turn that handle, our string can come up and go down. Now, all I need to do now is make something that I'm able to lift using my crane. So I'm going to take some bricks here, 1, 2, 3, and put an axle through the open hole on top, and put 1 wheel on either side. Now that is something we can lift up using our crane. Let's try. My hook is not low enough to pick it up, so I'm going to use the worm gear to make the hook lower. And now my hook is low enough, I can use the worm gear to lift it up a little bit, and then use my belt pulleys to lift it all the way up to the top like that. Awesome. What a great project. Guys, I hope you had fun watching. I had a great time teaching you. Make sure you subscribe to see more cool Lego builds here on Steam Squad Build Club. Till next time, bye-bye!